You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A land bank that's been in the works will soon be coming to fruition in the city of Hazleton. WYLN's Mackenzie Ocker has more.
The city of Hazelton has been working on putting a land bank together over the past year. Mayor Cassatt brought up the idea of one, and City Council has recently went through with it.
The land bank is an opportunity for the city to be able to purchase properties or properties we donate it to that we will be able to utilize for public use, parking lots or what have you, and we'll also then be able to sell properties as well.
The land bank is a newer addition to the city, with the Pittston area already having one for a few years now. A meeting was recently held on Wednesday to appoint board members and to go through the procedures.
The land bank is able to use what's called like a trump bid, where we can go in and if there's a property that we want that we think will be useful, we can go in and pay the minimum of the taxes or whatever's owed on it, and it will be turned over to the city. Where on an upset sale they could be bidded, or somebody would have to pay the entire price and the fees that go with it.
3 properties already in the land bank, which include the areas between 97 and 99 South Church Street, Mine Street, and West 6th Street.
The land bank, it kind of gives us the opportunity to take advantage of these sales where these properties could be sitting for years and years and years and become more of a danger. The land bank is able to go in and either bring the property down or bring it back into code and then be able to either utilize them or be able to sell them, that they will generate revenue and taxes for the city, for the school district, for the county. So having a land bank in Hazelton is going to do a lot of good for us.
Expect more land banks to be established throughout the city over the next few months. Reporting in Hazelton for WYLN News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thanks, Mackenzie. The Hazleton Area School District decided to end its mask mandate at the end of February. The district has seen a decline in COVID cases in both employees and students over the past month. As of January 31st, positive COVID cases have dropped from approximately 367 to 112. School Board President Bob Fume said that teachers, students, and visitors can still wear masks if they want to. Superintendent Brian Uplinger said the administration will work closely with the school nursing staff to monitor cases and put other procedures in place after the mandatory mask mandate ends on Monday, February 28th. 2 familiar faces will be running for the 116th District State Representative seat. Gary Perna Jr. officially announced his candidacy this afternoon. Perna is a Schuylkill County native who has spent his career working in the greater Hazelton area as a news reporter and currently serves as executive assistant to Mayor Jeff Cassatt and Director of Recreation for the City of Hazelton. He's also a volunteer firefighter and was appointed as chairman for the Hazelton Land Bank. Perna will be running as the Republican candidate for the seat left vacant when former State Representative Tara Toohill resigned after being elected as a Luzerne County judge. On the other side, the Luzerne County Democratic Party named Amilcar Arroyo as its candidate for the April 5th special election. Arroyo has served on numerous boards, including the Hazelton Integration Project and the Hazelton Housing Authority. Arroyo, who's originally from Peru, wants to represent not just the Latino community, but the whole community as well. The special election takes place on April 5th, and the winner will serve out the rest of Toohill's term, which ends in January. A Wilkes-Barre shooting victim is facing charges. Shalik Aiken sustained gunshot wounds during an altercation in the parking lot of Chaco's Bowling Center last Wednesday night. He initially told authorities that he never fired a weapon, but an investigation revealed that wasn't true. He now faces charges of aggravated assault and criminal mischief. A second child has died following a drowning incident in Schuylkill County. Emergency crews were called to 43 Melinda Road in West Brunswick Township Wednesday after a 4- and 5-year-old reportedly fell in a frozen pond. The 5-year-old was flown to Geisinger Danville, where he was later pronounced dead. His 4-year-old brother was taken to a children's hospital in Delaware, but later also died. State police have since ruled the deaths accidental. Geisinger updated its visitors policy as cases of COVID-19 are slowly on the decline. Adult patients will now be allowed 2 designated visitors rather than 1. While 2 designated visitors are allowed, only 1 will be permitted in the patient's room at a time. The visitors must be designated and wear a wristband the entire time that the patient is hospitalized. All patients and visitors must wear a mask while on Geisinger property, regardless of vaccination status. And visiting hours are between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Visit geisinger.org/coronavirus for more information. 2 COVID-19 vaccination clinics will be held in the Hazleton area over the coming weeks. The Wright Center for Community Health is hosting 2 Driving Better Health COVID-19 vaccination clinics. The 34-foot mobile medical unit brings high-quality healthcare services directly to underserved communities. Vaccines and boosters are available for anybody ages 5 and up. Walk-up appointments are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. The first clinic will be held at the Hazelton Area School District Administration Building on Wednesday, February 16th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. The second will take place at the Hip Center on Tuesday, February 22nd, also from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Appointments can be made online at thewrightcenter.org or by calling 570-230-0019. Zelle customers should be on the lookout for a potential phishing scam that's been reported by multiple customers. The fraudsters send a text by spoofing FNCB Bank's 877-879-3622 phone number. And when the customer responds, the phone rings with a caller ID from FNCB Bank. The fraudster then identified himself as Jimmy and proceeded to say there were several transactions out of Katy, Texas for different amounts totaling $3,000. With legitimate Zelle payments, confirmations of payments, and a receipt of funds deposited into your account will be emailed to you, and a text notification will be sent from a 5-digit number like 767-666. The biggest tip to avoid this scam is do not respond. Any questions or concerns can be referred to FNCB Bank's customer care team at 1-877-879-3622. Celebrate this year's big game between the Rams and Bengals, Schuylkill County style. The McAdoo Fire Company will be hosting its annual food sale this Sunday, February 13th, featuring area favorites.
This Sunday, the McAdoo Fire Company once again have its annual Super Bowl sale that will take place at the Hancock Street Station, where we do all our fundraisers now. So we will have wings, stromboli, sausage soup, and pulled pork barbecue for sale.
Organizers encourage people to pre-order, as the food sale will be on a first-come, first-served basis.
I have a lot of pre-orders already, so if you didn't get an order in, do so quickly, as we are preparing to make everything.
It's fundraisers like this that help the McAdoo Fire Company serve and protect the community.
Without these fundraisers, the fire company wouldn't be able to purchase the equipment we need, and we wouldn't be able to do the work that we do for our community. So once again, we ask for everyone's support to come out, and we thank everyone in advance for coming out and supporting the fire company.
Once again, the food sale will be held Sunday, February 13th from noon until 4 p.m. at 51 North Hancock Street in McAdoo. So call 570-929-1696 to pre-order your game day faves. Coming up on Wyln News, visit Luzerne County's got a new office in Wilkes-Barre, plus your favorite furry friends of the week. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo, and tomorrow's forecast is sunny.
We want your child to be our Wyln Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Jura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Visit Luzerne County will open its new office to the public in the historic Central Railroad of New Jersey train station on Monday. The renovated building was constructed in 1868 and served as an entertainment complex after its life as a railroad facility ended. Passenger service ceased in 1963, and the station closed in 1972 before it was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1975. It later became a popular nightclub, restaurant, and hotel called the Station and Market Street Square through the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. After 15 years of sitting idle, the building will now host the county's tourism agency. An official grand opening and ribbon-cutting ceremony will be held sometime in the spring. Bishop Joseph Bambera joined people from all over the world today in celebrating the World Day of the Sick. A special Mass was held at 12:10 this afternoon at the Cathedral of St. Peter in Scranton. In addition, the bishop will also be celebrating a Mass for developmental and intellectual disabilities awareness at 10 a.m. this Sunday, February 13th at the Cathedral. A special Mass of Thanksgiving and sending forth for Bishop-elect Jeffrey Walsh will also be held at 12:10 p.m. on Tuesday, February 15th at the Cathedral. If you've been thinking about adopting a pet, well, there's no time like the present. So check out the SPCA of Luzerne County for all breeds, shapes, and sizes of pets. The shelter has some more furry friends for you to check out this week. Everyone, meet Ladybug. She's incredibly sweet and loves spending time with people. She came in as a stray and is looking for love and a home of her own. And up next is Fisher. He's the catch of the day in our book. He's a friendly, loving boy with a warm, soft coat, as well as big, beautiful eyes. Call 570-825-4111 to come on down and check out these featured pets and more. You may just meet your new best friend and give them a well-deserved forever home. Coming up on Packer Township's News Choice, your week in review, plus leading the way into this week's final segment. Stay with us.
Hey, Dr. Alex here with another Feel Good Friday. Today we're talking about what to do after you get in an accident. So, if there's damage to your car, there's probably damage to you. If there's serious damage to your car, there may be serious damage to you. Take that seriously, because you don't know how bad the damage is to you right when it happens, usually. It takes a few days, sometimes a week or two for you to really feel it. So what I recommend doing is first going to an ER and getting imaging in your head to make sure nothing's leaking in there, make sure nothing life-threatening is going on. And you could use your judgment. If you feel like you're safe to drive, you could drive to the ambulance, or you could drive to the ER, you could take an ambulance if you're not. Secondly, you can go straight to the chiropractor. You don't need to see any other doctor before that, but I do recommend going to the ER first. And after you go to the chiropractor, he can help you figure out a treatment plan, whatever practitioners you need to help you to feel good.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community. providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
At 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Moore & Associates, accountants and advisors located at 751 North Church Street in Hazelton. Contact them for all your individual and business tax and accounting needs. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Monday. One man is locked up after a Friday morning shooting in Mahanoy City. According to police, Edwin Candelario of Schuylkill Haven came into the station around 9 a.m. covered in blood, stating that he'd been shot. Police then went to the home of 46-year-old Manuel Santana del Rosario at 305 East Center Street, where the shooting took place. According to the victim's girlfriend, Candelario went to collect money owed from Santana del Rosario. After an argument ensued, Santana del Rosario pulled a gun and made Candelario kneel to the floor. He then fired 4 to 5 shots as Candelario attempted to flee the home. Santana del Rosario was charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, and possessing the instrument of a crime. He was arraigned, had his passport revoked, and was taken to Schuylkill County Prison on $500,000 straight cash bail. Tuesday. Pennsylvania State Police revealed the name of a suspect involved in a 1964 Hazelton murder investigation. On Wednesday, March 18, 1964, 9-year-old Maurice Ann Chivarella left her house, located on North Alter Street, to make her way towards St. Joseph's Parochial School on North Laurel Street. Around 1 p.m. that same day, her body was found fully clothed in a stripping hole after being abducted, raped, and murdered. According to police, the investigation has been reviewed annually, and a DNA suspect profile was created in 2007 through the killer's body fluids found on Chivarella's clothing, which was checked monthly against all new entries into DNA databases. From there, it wasn't until 2019 that they were given their first genealogical match. James Fort was identified as the suspect, who was 22 at the time and died in 1980. Fort's body was exhumed back on January 6th, and about a month later, DNA samples taken from the body were confirmed as a match to DNA samples taken from Chivarella's clothes. Now, after 57 years, troopers announced that the homicide case has been solved, and later held a press conference Thursday morning to make the announcement, with her family in attendance. Wednesday. The Flock safety camera system helped nab 2 suspects involved in a Wednesday afternoon police chase through the streets of Hazelton that began shortly after 1 p.m. A black BMW with Mississippi registration was found to be wanted by New Jersey State Police. Hazelton police observed the vehicle parked at the intersection of West Broad and Church Streets. The vehicle took off at a high rate of speed when approached by police, struck a parked car on Grant Street, and continued toward Broad Street, where officers observed the driver throw a baggie out the window. The BMW crashed near the Beach Street playground, where the suspects then fled on foot. 2 of the 3 men were apprehended a short time later. 22-year-old Franklin Santos and 24-year-old Eric Camilio Heredia were both charged with possession of marijuana and resisting arrest. Police have since issued an arrest warrant for the driver, 25-year-old Yacer Murillo Mateo, so anyone with information on his whereabouts is being asked to contact the Hazelton Police Department. Thursday. A Hazelton man was arrested on felony drug charges and several traffic violations. The Hazelton Police Narcotics Unit was conducting surveillance when they observed a suspicious vehicle parked in the 500 block of Grant Street. 30-year-old Ariel Arias was seen getting into the car carrying a purple laundry bag. He left the area at an excessive rate of speed and was pulled over on West 22nd Street near Penn Court. Officers detected an odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle and found that the laundry bag contained nearly 2 pounds of suspected marijuana. Arias was taken into custody and charged with possession with intent to deliver and 4 traffic violations. He was taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $25,000 bail. Friday. The Hazleton Area School District decided to end its mask mandate at the end of February. The district has seen a decline in COVID cases in both employees and students over the past month. As of January 31st, positive COVID cases have dropped from approximately 367 to 112. School Board President Bob Fume said that teachers, students, and visitors can still wear masks if they want to. Superintendent Brian Uplinger said the administration will work closely with the school nursing staff to monitor cases and put other procedures in place after the mandatory mask mandate ends on Monday, February 28th. That's it for your week in review, here on WYLN News.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Dr. John Degenhart's leading the way to wrap up this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's final segment of Leading the Way with Dr. John Degenhart of Degenhart Chiropractic. Dr. John, looking towards the future, what are some of your projects or goals that you have?
You know, Tracy, I'll be blunt with you. I pray that God continues to give me strength. You know, you see many doctors right now retiring. COVID, we never closed. Some doctors are closed or they're semi-open. I don't know when COVID's ever going to go away, so I pray if I could just have longevity. I know my mind. I'm not the kind of, even on vacation, Trace, after about 5-6 days, I can't wait to get back to seeing people again. Wow. So I'm not afraid of vacation. I'm not a workaholic. I know I have balance in my life, but I pray that God gives me that longevity. You know, I think you get better and better. You know, are you a good cook or a baker?
I like to cook and bake, yes.
You're probably better at it now than you were 20 years ago. So I feel if I'm in the prime of my adjusting my patients and being a better listener than I used to be, and I look at little things, Tracy, you know, if a patient crosses their legs or sleeps funny, I seem to get them better than other chiropractors don't, only because I think I've been doing it for 42 years. So now to me, it's almost like I see many, like Tom Brady just retired. You know, he was almost at the top, but he knows that he's probably getting, right now I'm at the top of my game, but the day's gonna come, I'm sure I'm gonna cut back my hours. So if the Lord can give me longevity in my mind and my body to keep it's not just me, my beautiful staff, I'm nothing without them. So as a manager, can I listen to my employees and meet them and keep us as a team? You know, one has COVID, another has COVID, take off for 2 weeks. So just to keep that whole bottle, just to keep it going, that'd be I'd be happy with that.
What advice do you have for people who are interested in a career similar to yours?
I think, Tracy, people need to look deep inside. Like we said earlier, I always loved being with people and I enjoyed helping people. The Bible talks about get to know yourself. So if they know what their strengths and their weaknesses are, but then you have to have passion for it, Tracy. Because that's why I said, I'll be honest, forget the money. It is a joy to get a nervous patient better and then they refer their friends. That hunger will never go out of me, and it's just a joy to see that. So people watching the show should say, what are their strengths and weaknesses? Pursue that with passion, and they should have a beautiful life then.
You're big on spending time on your health. What do you say to people who are, you know, they say they're too busy to exercise and eat right and, you know?
You know, I use an analogy I said, if God were to give you one car the rest of your life, what would you do? Doc, I would buy a garage, I get it waxed twice a year, I get it tuned up every year. I said, but God has given you only one body. And some people say, I don't like doctors. I never see a doctor except you. I said, you should go get your PSA checked, your blood work checked. So my goal is to remind them, if you're going to take care of your vehicle, Tracy, if you're going to have one car the rest of your life, you would take extra good care of it. I try to live by example. I think people in this community do look at me. When they see me in church or being a lector writing these articles, hopefully they're going to say, he's sincere, he's genuine, he walks the talk. And that's what I try to do.
Well, it's definitely refreshing to see how passionate you are about what you do.
But thank you for having me come on the show, Tracy. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us all week, and an even bigger thanks to our guest, Dr. John Degenhart of Degenhart Chiropractic, for coming in to chat with us. Have a great weekend, everyone. Best of luck, best of life. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.